Lincoln Elementary students and staff. I'm Claire.
And I'm Logan. Welcome to Lincoln Live. We are 5th graders here with your current news flash.
Enjoy some wise words to get your day going. To be a hero, you must choose the right path.
Today is C Day and it's Friday, October 4th, 2024.
Let's review a weekly affirmation. Worrying is like sitting in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it gets you nowhere. Repeat after me. Worrying is like sitting in a rocking chair.
Sitting in a rocking chair.
It gives you something to do.
It gives you something to do.
But it gets you nowhere.
But it gets you nowhere. Here's our own meteorologist, Jack, with a fresh weather report.
Take it away, Jack.
The predicted temperature today is 81 and sunny. Hopefully you will have outside recess, but check with your teacher to be sure. Have a fuzzy Friday. Back to you, anchors.
Just a few hours until lunchtime. Today we are having Jets pizza, leafy green salad, melon, and milk.
Next up, we have some special announcements.
Mrs. Brenner is here with some information you won't want to miss.
Good morning, Lincoln Elementary. It's Coach Mrs. Brenner, and I'm back. It's my first time on Lincoln Live this school year. I'm so excited to see you. Do you know what I'm here for? Anybody? Lexia, that's right. You've been working really hard for about 6 weeks on Lexia, and I was like, I better go in and see how we've been doing. Are you ready? Let's give a drum roll. These classes have earned 70% of their students meeting their minutes on Lexia. Mrs. Schultz's class, Miss Alston's class, Miss Ankram's class, Mrs. Barnhart's class, Mrs. Policino's class, Mr. Byers' class, Miss Kogar's class, Miss Dawson's class, Mrs. Dimmerling's class, Mrs. Fisher's class, Miss Henry's class, Mrs. Hughie's class, Mrs. Irwin's class, Mrs. Kinninger's class, Mrs. Kovach's class, Mrs. Lee's class, Miss Toast's class, Mrs. Murray's class, Miss Rumsey's class, Mr. Shodorf's class, Mrs. Stanforth's class, Mr. Murphy's class, and Mrs. Ward's class. Congratulations to you! Way to kick off the year, going right back to where we were, working really hard to get those minutes in and units in every day. Those classes have all earned 1 Lion Buck from me. These 4 classes, they were like, Mrs. Brenner, 70% isn't good enough. We're going straight for 100. These classes had 100%. That's every student who met their Lexia minutes for the month of September. Miss Ankram's class, Miss Dawson's class, Mrs. Hughie's class, and Mrs. Irwin's class. Congratulations to you! These students have earned 2 Lion Bucks from me. And just because I love math too, I love math, and so I wanted to show you this equation. Okay? Can you see it okay?
A little bit closer to the camera.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay, so this is the number, okay, so this is the number of units students have completed already this year. So if you need to, you can pause and maybe estimate or actually figure out this equation. Let's give another drum roll and I will reveal how many that is. It is 39,185 units. Wow, great job, Lincoln Elementary. And if you were surprised by that number, we've already had people leveling up. That's right, in 6 weeks' time, you've already changed levels. We have 308 certificates that have already been given out for Lexia. Man, I knew you guys were hard workers, but you are blowing me away. Thanks for all your hard work. I'll be back again. This month's goal is 80%, so we can do it. Have a great day. Back to you, anchors.
The Scholastic Book Fair is coming next week, October 7th through the 11th. The book fair will be located in the upstairs hallway above the gym.
You know that we will be having a preview day on Monday, shopping with your class on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and second chance shopping for anyone who was absent or forgot their money on next Friday.
Remember to avoid the yellow staircase unless you are visiting the book fair next week.
October seems like a great time for corny jokes.
You get to choose if you laugh or not.
What is a tree's favorite drink?
I don't know. What is a tree's favorite drink?
Root beer. Get it? Root.
Ba-dum-bum.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, please pause for a moment of silence. It's time for a pause pledge. As a Lincoln Lion, I promise to
Be positive, act responsibly, work hard, and show respect. It's time to recognize some Lincoln birthdays. Let's celebrate our birthday guests.
Hello, what's your name?
Avery.
And how old are you now?
8.
Happy birthday. Hello, what's your name?
Meta.
How old are you now?
8.
Happy birthday. Hello, what's your name?
Brennan.
How old are you now?
8.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for tuning in to Lincoln Live. Every student matters. Every moment counts.
Strive for progress, not perfection. Always know that we are one school, one family.
That concludes our Lincoln Live broadcast. This news is brought to you by Logan
And Claire.
We hope you have a favorite Friday.